Hello artists, today we are going to be creating an Asian art inspired Chinese New Year dragon. The first thing we need to do on our paper is turn it vertically, that means tall, and put your name and class on the back. You're going to flip that over. I've given you the stencil today, and what I want you to do is in the very upper left hand corner, leave just a little bit of space next to this pattern. And I want you to go ahead and take your pencil and nice and slowly hold it down and trace all the way around the stencil. Once you have the stencil drawn like that, you're going to put it underneath your paper. And this paper is nice because it's kind of thin and you can see right through it. I want you to reline up the stencil nice and carefully, just like this, making sure that it fits inside where you traced. And once it's there, you're going to have to hold it down nice so that you can trace all of those lines underneath. You're going to look right through the paper and using your pencil, trace the lines and designs that you see below. Once you're done with the details of the dragon head, you can return the stencil to me. That was kind of hard to draw, so that's why we traced that part. But the rest of it for the body, you're going to draw on your own. And here's what it's going to look like. There's a line on the face. You're going to follow it and make a big curve all the way down the paper, almost like a letter S. That's what it looks like. Now you're going to come down where that second line is around the mouth and repeat what you just did. This time it's going to have to run off of the paper, and then it's going to come back on the paper at the bottom, and you can connect it just with a little straight line. So our dragon has a nice curved S-shaped body. Usually these dragons are bearded dragons, so we're going to draw a beard that looks almost like fire coming out from the bottom of the mouth. You're just going to make a bunch of pokey lines that connect finally together at a point. Now you don't want to see the dragon's body through the beard, so just erase that little line right through there. We're going to repeat the same thing for the tail, just making it a little bit smaller. One more detail our dragon needs for body parts are his legs, and here's what they usually look like on the Chinese New Year dragon. We're going to just draw a rectangle coming out, a circle at the end, and 1, 2, 3 pointy triangles. Draw a couple lines on the leg. We're going to do this right here as well. Now this is a front leg, so it would be just a little bit bigger. You wouldn't see the leg that was coming from over here because the head and the beard is in the way. It would really be attached about right here. We can't draw that one. And we really couldn't draw this other one either because it would be down here where the tail is and it's running off of the paper. We're going to draw one more leg coming out of the top. On this side of the belly, we're going to add a detail. And on that belly, you would also have stripes. So we're going to add a series of lines, just like this. So that was kind of the underside of his belly. The last detail we're going to draw on our dragon is some zigzags on his belly. Now when you do your zigzags, you want them to be kind of big, and you only want to keep them just a little bit apart. Don't spread them out real wide like that. That's too big of a gap. So I'm going to add one more in the middle. That's a good spacing. So try to space out your zigzags. Draw underneath your beard, and they go all the way across the body. We are done with our pencils, so we may put them back in the cups. The next step to our Chinese New Year dragon is to use Sharpies to trace our lines. And you may use whatever colors that you would like, but what you can't do is create lots of patterns. Like when you trace the zigzags, I don't want you to use red, then orange, then yellow, then purple. I want all of the zigzags to be the same color. I want all of the belly lines to be one color. I want most of the face to be one color, maybe the details a second color. So don't get too crazy on your color choices. Remember that Sharpies are permanent, so we want to be careful to protect our clothes today. You can put the caps on the back and you can start tracing. I'm going to use green to start my body. Go nice and slowly. Sharpie is permanent. We cannot fix it if you mess up, so use a nice slow hand while you're tracing today. When you're done, snap that cap and give it a nap. Normally I tell you guys to turn the markers upside down. Don't do that for this project so that it'll be easy for you to find your colors. And before I put them away, I will make sure I turn them upside down. I traced all of my face pink. I'm leaving the details like the eyes and the zigzags on the face and the nose for different colors. But like when you do the head, you want to make sure it's all one color. When I traced mine, I used lots of warm colors for the face and the tail, and then I chose more cool colors for the body, so the two would kind of pop separately. So you might want to think about using warm for one and cool for the other. That's what it looks like when your dragon is fully traced with Sharpie.